Hello, Avery. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Okay. Well, my name is Miss Walker. I'm just gonna go over confidentiality with you again, like we have to do every session.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, what that means is whatever we talk about will stay between us,
Mm-hmm.
unless you talk about hurting yourself or someone else, or if someone is hurting you. If that's the case, then we will have to get someone involved, either Child Protective Services, Adult Protective Services, or detention staff. Um, but the medical staff and other psych staff have access to the records. So, do you understand and you agree to proceed with our session today?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, we've been meeting a few times now.
Uh-huh.
So, I just want to see how you've been doing since the last time we met. How's everything going for you in here?
I mean, it's all right. I'd rather be back at home, but it's it's okay for the most part. But y'all ask that, but it's nothing like being out on the street. So
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. And so hopefully, because this is your second time here, right?
mm-hmm.
So you don't like it here very much, right?
Nah, I really don't.
So do you want to come back? Is this some place like you want to stay, or are you trying to?
But I just said I don't like it. I'd rather be at home.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is, if you don't like it here, do you do you feel like you would be able to make positive changes so you don't have to come back here?
So I go home. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So before we talked about you setting some goals because it's possible that you could be getting out pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about you thinking about some goals you wanted to set so that you wouldn't have to come back here. So have you been able to work through any of those, or think you do you have any goals in mind?
I do. I want to get back in school. I mean, obviously, I gotta stop smoking because my PO be tripping. But I mean, it's a few that I need to work on. I guess my attitude, but it's like when people picking on you, I gotta defend myself. So
Okay. Well, that sounded like a few goals. So why don't we try to break it down one by one and see how we can reach that goal?
uh,
So the first one was you want to go back to school, right?
right.
Okay. So how long has it been since you've been out of school?
Let me see. I dropped out last semester because wasn't no point in going.
Okay. What grade were you in?
I was a sophomore, so
Okay, so you dropped out.
hmm
Um, when you were going to school, were you doing well at all?
it don't matter how well you do. I mean, I don't think school is for everybody. It's just not for me. But I got to do it in order to finish. So
Okay. So, excuse me. So you're committed to going back to school, is that
hmm
right? Okay. Um, and will you have transportation and things to get to school? And are you gonna be able to get supplies and stuff for school?
I mean, I have to get it myself because my dad worked two jobs, which barely is enough, and my mom is disabled. So I mean, I get them somehow.
Okay. Have you ever thought about reaching out to your PO to see if they have any resources for you?
No, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that they have some resources for school supplies and things like that. So it might be a good idea to, whenever you meet with him or her, to just talk to them about it and let them know you want to go back so they can help you be prepared to go back to school. Okay?
All right.
Okay. So, what was another one of the goals that you had?
I guess help with my attitude.
Help with their attitude.
hmm
So, when you say attitude, do you, what do you mean by that?
I'm always ready to fight.
Okay.
People always want to pick on you, so I'm always gonna be ready to say something back. Then I get in trouble.
Okay. So, have you had to deal with that since you've been here?
Hmm.
Okay. So, how have you dealt with it since you've been in here?
I mean, realizing that if I fight, y'all gonna try to keep me here longer. So what's the point? But the thing is, when I'm from my neighborhood and you see somebody else from the other one, they want to start tripping, but y'all expect us just to walk by and let it go. It's hard, but don't nobody want to be here any longer.
Right? You don't want to be here any longer, and if you get out and you fight and you get arrested again, you don't want to come back,
Come right
correct?
back. Yeah.
Okay. So, when you've gotten angry before, what are some things that you've done that help you calm down?
I mean, you just have to walk away for the most part. But the thing is, y'all want us to just do stuff like that, but it make you look weak. You know what I'm saying? So mhm,
So you're concerned that walking away from a fight will make you look weak in front of your peers?
it does.
Okay. So have you ever thought about if how they feel or think about you, if that's even gonna matter, like in the long run, if you have other goals in mind?
What you mean?
For instance, if you get into a fight with somebody here, or
Hmm.
somebody tries to fight you and you decide to walk away, and then everybody here thinks that you're weak. Meaning, so they think you're weak, but you're not gonna be here for much longer. So you're not even gonna see these guys anymore. So does it matter what they think if you're never gonna see them again?
I mean, I guess it don't.
Okay. And even if you were to see them again, does it matter what they think if you feel different about yourself?
It's all about respect, though. That's the thing about it.
Okay.
But I mean, I guess it's not gonna make a difference.
Okay. So you mean that you have to have respect on the street?
Hmm.
Okay. So do you feel like the goals that you have in mind, do they require you to have respect on the street?
No, not if I'm trying to better myself.
Okay. So can we agree that possibly not getting upset and not worrying about what people think about us will help us reach our goals in the long run?
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Okay. So I hear you saying that the best way for you to not get in a fight is to basically avoid it and to just walk away.
Hmm.
But what are some other kind of things that you do, like just to help you calm down even after you walked away when you're by yourself?
I mean, that's all I know. What else could I do?
Okay. Well, that might be something else you can talk to your probation officer about, because maybe they have some anger management courses that you could take that could help you gain some coping skills for that. Okay. So does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah, I mean, I tried.
Okay. So we have two goals so far. We're going to talk to our PO about school supplies so we can go back to school, and also talk to them about anger management classes that might be available so we can work on our attitude so we can stay focused on our main goals, correct?
Right.
Okay. All right. So what are some other goals that we have in mind?
I mean, those are my main ones. What else can I do to better myself?
Okay. So what about after you finish school? Have you ever thought about what you want to do after that?
I start working. I mean, that's the same thing my folks did. So You just get a job after school. That's it.
Okay. So after you finish school, you're gonna get a job and you're gonna start working. Is it your plan to live with your parents and for the long run, or do you eventually want to have your own place?
I mean, I want to have my own place, so that's why I got to get out here and get it. That's how I feel. I don't want to be stuck with my folks forever. I mean, I know my mama not doing good, but you know, my dad should be able to take care of them too, especially if I be at the house.
Okay. So is that a goal that we can add to our list?
Yeah, we can add that.
Okay. Awesome. Um, so is there any other thing that's going on at home that you want to talk about, or something that needs to be solved before you get out of here so that you can have like a positive environment to go back to? So you say your mom is sick, correct?
Right.
Okay. So you live with your mom and dad. Do you have any siblings?
Do I have any siblings? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I got two older brothers, but both of them locked up, so
Okay.
it's just the same thing over and over.
Okay. So how does that make you feel that both of them are locked up and here you are?
I mean, it just lets me know that I'm gonna end up in the same place, no matter what I do. Gonna be in the same place.
So you feel like even if you do the right thing, you would still end up in the same place?
See, that's the thing. I don't know. That's all I ever knew coming up. You know what I'm saying? So how am I supposed to know what's gonna happen in the future? So,
Okay.
but people always say once you come here one time, then you're gonna keep coming back. That's all I hear. So that's I'm trying not to let that happen. But being here, how else am I supposed to feel?
Okay. So, you say that's all you ever known. So, what do you expect? Have you ever tried anything else?
Like what?
Like trying to stay out of trouble, or trying to stay in school and surround yourself with positive people so you don't have to come back
Positive.
here?
When you say positive, the only positive things my friends do is tell me to do bad things. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't have much money at home. My mama don't have no money. My dad had been locked up. He's struggling, can barely get jobs good enough. So, the only thing we do to eat is steal sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm in here now. So, I mean, but see, they don't understand that when you in that kind of environment, you ain't got no choice but to steal just to eat. So,
Okay. So right now you feel like you don't have a choice?
that's why I'm trying to get as much help as possible.
Okay. So I definitely think it's good that you recognize that you want to do something different, and also reaching out for help and like asking your PO and going back to school. Those are positive things and something that you've never done before, correct?
hmm
So could it be that possibly if you've never done it, then you could have a different outcome than your brothers? Have you ever thought about that?
Like I say, you just gotta see how life goes. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it could change, but then again, what if I end up in the same place?
If you end up in the same place, do you feel like there's always a chance for you to start over?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Okay. So, your mom is disabled and your dad works two jobs. So, um, you're just trying to like survive, basically, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Um, so what are some other um, goals that we have? I saw in your history that you have a history of smoking marijuana. Is that correct?
Hmm.
Okay. Is that something that you want to continue doing?
I mean, yeah, weed is not bad. That's all it is. But I mean, it seems like it's gonna get me violated and end up right back here. So I guess I gotta stop for now. For now, at least.
For now,
Yeah.
okay. So, do you feel like the only reason why you're stopping is because you don't want to get violated?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
weed is just a plant. That's what y'all don't understand.
How old were you when you first started smoking?
I say 12.
Okay. So, when was the last time that you smoked?
Probably a couple of hours before I got arrested.
Okay. And how much did you smoke?
I mean, it wasn't nothing but me and my partners just had a dime. That was it.
Okay. So, is that like one blunt, two? I don't really know how
It,
much that is.
it just depends on how you roll up. You must have never smoked.
Never, clearly. So, have you ever went to any rehab or anything like that?
Now, see, the thing is, it's just a plant. People that's on crack and stuff need rehab. If you like weed, you like weed. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay. So, even though it is just a plant, you do agree that it is illegal in Texas, correct? Okay.
That's what they say.
That is a fact. And so, we're trying to not do illegal things so we don't end up back here, correct?
Hmm.
So, do you think that might be something that we should add to your goals since our overall goal is to never come back here?
What, to stop smoking?
Yes, to stop smoking.
I mean, I don't think it's a goal. I think y'all making it a job since, like you said, I could get back here. But I mean, we can say it's a goal. That's cool.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't say y'all are making it a job because I'm not your probation officer. That's a requirement of your probation. I don't have anything to do with that. I'm just trying to help you create goals so that you can be successful because your ultimate goal is to not come back here, right?
Hmm.
So I'm just trying to help you make them realistic so that you can reach your goal. Okay?
All right.
Alrighty. So, I think before we've talked about your girlfriend as well. How does she play a part in these goals, or does she play a part at all?
Yes, she play a part.
How long have you guys been together?
What, for 2 years now?
Okay. And do you plan on continuing the relationship when you get out of here?
I have to.
You have to?
Hmm.
Why do you say that?
Because I have to.
Is is she making you stay in the relationship?
I mean, she pregnant now, so
So what does that mean?
I mean, I got to do what I got to do.
And what does that mean?
I mean, I got to get money. Got to make things happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't leave my child without a father. So
Okay. So, are you saying that you plan on taking care of the baby and being in his or her life?
hmm.
Okay. All right. And are your parents aware that she's pregnant?
Nope.
Okay.
That's why I need to hurry up and get out of here.
Do you plan on telling them at all?
I mean, I'll tell them eventually.
Okay.
Because, I mean, really, I want her to stay with us, but we'll see.
And how do you think your parents are going to feel about that?
I mean, my oldest brother did it, so I don't see what the problem should be.
Okay. Are you nervous about telling them?
Nah, man. I'm grown. I'm gonna take care of what I gotta take care of.
You grown, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So how can you be grown but you're at the juvenile detention center?
That's because y'all made me come here.
Again, you're saying y'all, and that doesn't include me because I didn't make you come here.
Man, y'all all the same.
Okay, I hear you. So let's would you feel comfortable like role playing telling your parents so you can figure out like what you want to say and if there's any like nervousness or anything, we can try to get that out so you can be prepared to tell them when you get out.
What you mean role playing?
Like, I'll be your mom and you can be you, and then it's just like pretending. Like, you're gonna pretend I'm your mom and you tell me that your girlfriend is pregnant and the plan that you have for her to move in with you guys and like make it work.
Yeah, we could try it.
Okay. So whenever you're ready, we can start.
I'm listening.
Well, you have something to tell me, so you have to start.
All right. Mama, Christina pregnant.
She's pregnant.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? Like, what does that mean? I don't understand what you're saying. What do you mean she's pregnant?
I mean, I'm gonna do what I have to do. She needs to live with us so I can take care of her and you can watch her while we go to school.
So first of all, how am I gonna watch the baby when I'm disabled? How is that gonna work?
I mean, you rather struggle for daycare? You already at home all day.
I wouldn't rather you struggle for daycare, but it's also not my responsibility to take care of your child.
All right, well, I'll move out there.
You gonna move out and do what? You don't even have a job,
I'll get it
and she don't
somehow.
have no job.
We'll be all right. I mean, that's why I say she needs to live with us.
Okay, well, have you ever thought about asking for assistance to help with daycare so you guys can go to school?
Who am I going to ask for assistance?
You fill out an application, like the same way you fill out an application for food stamps. You fill out an application, you let them know how much income you have, and they let you know if you qualify or not.
No, I ain't heard of that.
Okay. Well, I can help you guys with that because I know how to do it. I did it when you were a kid, so I can help you guys out with that. So what else? What other plan do you have besides her moving in here?
I told you I'm going to try to get a job.
Okay, so you're gonna try to get a job. Is she gonna have a job or is she just going to school?
I mean, I don't know all that yet.
Okay,
So,
so what about Christina's parents? Are they aware that she's pregnant?
now you know her mama is going to trip. She don't even have a daddy, so I'm pretty sure her mama going to kick her out. That's why I say she needs to stay with us.
Okay, well even if she does stay with us, her mom still needs to know that she's pregnant.
Hey, we'll tell her eventually.
Okay, so well, I don't have an issue with her staying here, but your father might. So I suggest that you figure out a plan before you tell him or ask him or her to stay here. Because you say how you going to get a job, you should say something like, I filled out so many applications and I got an interview at this place and this is what we going to do. And after school, I'm gonna work here and here, and on the weekends, I'm gonna work here so we can take care of the baby.
All right, we can do that.
And make sure you still going to them anger management classes because you got a little bit of attitude when you asking me for some little girl to stay at my house.
I mean, can she stay in that?
She can stay, but you gotta ask your dad. So,
All right.
so how do you think that went?
I mean, regardless of what she say, mhm, she be tripping. So,
Your mom be tripping.
hmm
Do you think that was realistic? How I played it out?
you didn't cuss as much as she did.
Okay. So, you were saying that you need to get a job. Do you know anywhere that you might be able to like fill out an application or have any leads of somebody who might hire you?
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's places around the hood that'll hire me. So, hmm
Okay. Have you had a job before?
mm
Okay, so this would be your first job. Alrighty. And do you think Christina would want to get a job, or have you guys talked about this at all?
nah, we haven't talked about it yet.
Did you just recently find out that she's pregnant?
Yep, before y'all lock me up.
Okay. Okay. Um. Well, I do think we have some pretty good goals. Um. Are you, because you may have an option, you could go home or you could go to a placement. Has anyone talked to you about that before?
What you mean the placement?
A placement basically means like another facility. It might be a lockdown facility like this one, or it might not, which means that you have a little more freedom than you have here.
hmm
And they have more services and programs for you to participate in as a condition of your probation. And if you're successful, then you go home from there. And if not, then it's a possibility you could come back here.
hmm
So, how do you think you would feel if the judge said that you're not able to come to go home, you have to go to a placement?
I mean, it'd be mad because I don't understand why he would do stuff like that. Like, I just want to go back home. Maybe he'll understand if I tell him, my gal is pregnant.
Okay. Well, that's definitely something that you could let him know. Um, but remember, we can only control what we do. We can't control what other people do. So the judge might say, you can't go home. You have to go to this placement. Do you still think the goals that we set can still be done even if you go to placement?
I don't know how it is there, so uh, I mean, I can try. You talking about like a group home or something?
No, it's not a group home. It's what's the best way for me to explain it? It's like a jail, depending on which one that you go to.
hmm
Um, I mean, all of them are like jail. Like you have to have permission to come and go, and you have to follow rules. But some of them you could go visit your family for like the weekend, and then you have to come back.
hmm
It really just depends on how well you do at the placement. But it's definitely a lot different from here. Like you're not in a cell by yourself. Can only come out at a certain time. It's very different than that. And I think that it's very possible that um, you could you could still achieve your goals even at the placement.
hmm I mean, all I could do is try. I wouldn't have no choice.
Okay. You're right. All we can do is try, and we're trying something new. So even if we make mistakes, we can keep trying, right?
Hmm.
So, are there any other goals that we haven't talked about?
I mean, I need to. I don't know. I mean, because I kind of want to get away from just going straight to work. You know what I'm saying? Once I finish high school, because I don't want to put my family in the same situation that I grew up in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got 2, 3 more years of school max. You know what I'm saying? If they start tripping, but I mean, people like me, you have folks that don't go to school. Did you go to school?
You mean after high school?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
You see what I'm saying? I ain't got no kind of money for that. My folks ain't got no money, and you have to pay for school. So I mean, and they say that stuff costs a lot. So how am I supposed to make money to go to school? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so are you interested in continuing to go to school after high school?
Yeah, but I have to have a good job just to go to college. So
Well, you don't necessarily have to have a job to go to college. There is financial aid that you could apply for, and you can also apply for scholarships. Has anyone ever talked to you about those things?
I mean, I don't play those sports, so I ain't finna get no scholarship. And I mean, I don't. When you say financial aid, like, what you mean? They help out with school or what?
So basically, let's focus on scholarships first. You don't have to play a sport to get a scholarship. You can get what's called an academic scholarship. And basically, what that means is your grades are very good, so the school will give you money to come to their school. But you have to maintain getting good grades in order to keep that scholarship, in order to keep them paying for your school. Does that
Hmm.
make sense?
Yeah, yeah, it
Okay.
makes sense.
And financial aid, basically, how that works is you fill out an application. It's called a FAFSA.
Hmm.
You fill out an application. They ask you a lot of questions about your income, your parents' income, their educational background, where you want to go to school.
Hmm.
Um, and then, so you send in all this information, and then they send you, um, they let you know if you qualify for grants, which means you don't have to pay the money back, or if you qualify for loans, which means they pay for your college, and then after you graduate and you get a job,
Hmm.
then you start paying the money back. Does that make sense?
What you mean? So they give you a loan for school?
Yeah, they give you a loan for school. That's actually how I was able to go to school because my parents didn't have money to pay for me to go to school.
Oh,
So,
straight up.
straight up. So, I had to apply for grants and loans.
So when did you pay your loans back?
After you graduate, they give you 6 months to like get a job and all that, and then you have to start paying the loans back.
Hmm.
So I think you wanting to pursue your education after high school is amazing. That's a great goal, and I think we should add it to the list.
We can do that.
Okay, awesome. So let's review our list. I'm gonna write them down, and then you can take them with you, and you can have them in your room so you can be focused on your goals. Okay.
All right.
So our first goal is to finish high school, right?
Right.
And then we also want to complete our probation so we don't have to come back here, right?
Hmm. Yeah. Working on my anger. Yeah.
Okay. So Okay, so while we're completing probation, then we want to work on anger.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to ask our PO about anger management classes.
Right.
And then we're also, what
Talking
was the
about
other one?
getting a job once I get out, especially since I got a little baby in the way.
Okay, so we're going to get a job. And we also wanted to stop smoking weed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to um, apply for college, right?
Right.
I think these are some great goals. They are attainable, they're not far fetched, and we have steps as far as what we're going to take in order to reach these goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to give this to you so you can take it, and then for our next session, I just want you to think about if there's anything not on this list that you want to add, or if you have any questions about what you have to do to reach this goal. Think about that, write them down um, if you need to remember them. And then, are your parents gonna come visit you this week?
Ain't no telling. They get tired of having to come visit everybody, so I mean, either way, it's straight.
Okay. If they do come, do you plan on telling them about Christina being pregnant?
I'ma try.
Okay. Well, just let me know how it goes if you do decide to tell them, okay?
I got you.
All right. And remember, psych staff is always here. If you want to talk to anybody, then you can ask for us, okay?
Yeah, that's cool. We can do that.
All righty. Thanks, Avery. Have a good day.
All right, you too.